It talks about Clawdbot, I would like to take the other side of the coin and warn you about some of the dangers that comes with this type of software. Now, in this channel, I cover all the AI tools that come out, some of the most interesting, most cutting edge technology out there. But when it comes to software like this, I'm a little bit more nervous about it because challenges are real and the security flaws can be even more real. And today, as I was scrolling through S, I ran into this post from Robert Youssef. And after reading it, he talks about all the things that when you look at these websites and these tools, I get scared about. And this is perhaps confirmation bias. But I would like you to take a moment and analyze some of the things that he talks about in this post. And perhaps we can talk a little bit more about why this may or may not be something that you need to worry about. First thing that he talks about in his post is that you're giving this AI tool access to your entire digital house. So basically, what happens with tools like Clawdbot is that you give complete access to your computer. So that means that they can send emails on your behalf, they can read all your emails, they get access to your browser, they get access to your files, they get access to everything, which means that they get access to your bank account, among other personal things out there that you might want to keep safe. And reality is that while at the beginning this might look like it's not something to worry about, as time goes on, these tools start evolving and you really lose control of what they do in the background. And this is not something that I say. Actually, he mentions down here on the second reason, which we're going to talk about in a moment, that the UK National Cybersecurity Center, and they publish a post where they talk about prompt injection. Bad actors, basically what that means is that a bad actor can send an email to your email address that is managed by Clawdbot, and it can contain hidden instructions that will allow them to run commands on the background without your permission and without your awareness. So that means that they can, as this example that he provided, they can delete all the emails, and including the trash folder, and you just lost everything that you had on your email. So this is something that can turn scary because while perhaps deleting all your emails is something that will not cause a big impact in your life, maybe it can do other things that might cause a bigger impact, such as perhaps entering to your bank account and transferring all your money to a third party bank account, or perhaps that is accessing personal files that are sensitive in nature, either personal or work files that are sensitive in nature that can get you in legal trouble. So perhaps something to consider as you are examining whether or not you want to give Clawdbot a try. But it doesn't stop there. The cost of AI is not free. So to use Clawdbot, you have to connect an API. And if you want to use one of the best APIs in the world, which is the OWASP API, we're looking at paying $5 per every million tokens of input. So basically, every time you send a message, for every million tokens, you're paying $5. And once the API finishes processing the data and creates the output, once it returns it to you, it costs $25 for every $25 for every million token output tokens. So we're looking at potentially this running your bill into the hundreds or thousands of dollars if you let it run 24/7, 365 days out of the year without control. And granted, that might not be your intent, but it only takes a moment where it slipped your mind, you forget about it, or perhaps you go away for work, forget about it, come back to a big bill. So something to consider. AI API costs can add up if you are not aware of how the tool is working, what it's doing, and how much it's spending when it comes to API tokens. Now, the fourth reason that I want you to be aware of some of the downsides of using such a tool is that some people are talking about installing Clawdbot in a private server, a virtual private server, perhaps on AWS or other cloud provider. And while the cost is only $5 a month, we are looking at the cost that comes from the knowledge side. If you don't know what you're doing, if you are not aware of some of the best security practices, or if you are not aware of the things that you need to get done in order to achieve the level of usefulness for such of a tool, you will want to take a moment, take a step back, and consider what you're doing. Being able to use Clawdbot, you will need to use a Linux server, and you, of course, need to configure your security settings. You need to understand how to integrate the API keys and follow the best practices for the authentication in order for you to be able to get this to work. You also need to manage your tokens and permissions, whitelist command, and set up the sandboxing. I'm not trying to scare you here. All I'm saying is that if you don't know what you're doing, perhaps you want to take a step back and consider what you're doing. Maybe wait for a better solution. Clawdbot is a great solution. It's really similar to this tool and maybe is better fitted for what you're trying to do. The last one I want to cover out of everything that Robert published is that the setup guides are lying to you. Hey, granted, there are many people out there that all they're looking is clicks, all they're looking, and they will tell you the good things about it. Just like everything else in life, right? If you're going to follow the stock investor gurus, they're going to tell you all about their earnings, but they're not going to tell you about their losses. It's the same thing here, right? So you're going to have many people in YouTube and many other places that are going to be telling you all about the great things that comes with this tool. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but they're not going to tell you about all the things that happen in the background, failures, all the issues that comes with using this kind of software. I'm not discounting the software. I haven't used it. All I'm saying is that it raises a lot of red flags for me. I'm not going to be covering it, at least in the near future, on my channel. But I can tell you that it is something that if you want to try, just be careful about it. Just know what you're getting into and perhaps look for alternatives that may or may not be better than Clawdbot. With that being said, I hope that I got your wheels turning. Again, I haven't used the software. I'm not saying that it doesn't do what it promised to do. I am not saying that it's not a good software. I'm not saying you should not use it. All I'm saying is think about it. Take a moment, take a step back, consider what you're doing. I'm pretty sure that as time goes on, we will get more clarity into what it is. We will hear stories from people. It will evolve. It will get easier to install. It will get guardrails to make sure your data is safe. But right now, you're testing a brand new product. Take it for whatever it's worth. With that being said, I really appreciate you taking your time watching this video. I hope I got your wheels turning. And perhaps if you try to set up your own guardrails to ensure that security is taken care of. That being said, thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next video.